flowers. I really should toss that. Yay! Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Moving up. We are moving up. How you doing this morning, Michael? What's going on?
Today's been a blah day.
Today's been a blah day.
It's rainy out. It's just gloomy.
I really hope that changes because that's what I'm looking at right now.
Oh, that's great.
Or see.
I took that.
Yeah, the thumbnail.
Gary Oakman says, good morning from Utah.
Utah.
Hit the like button.
Sweet. We've got Brian from Wisconsin, Michael, Andrew, Jim, Jeffrey from Florida. See, now, you know what? That's awesome. I appreciate that. Are you enjoying your fresh made lemonade?
This is great. This has made my day.
Did it?
So I put my contacts in today for the first time in a couple of months.
Is that your problem?
I haven't had no, it's not my problem. I haven't had a reason to wear them because, like, unless I'm racing, I don't really need them.
Mm-hmm.
And this right one, it's not staying put. It's just sliding all over the place. It's like my eyes aren't used to them again.
Is that a
because I
thing?
haven't worn them in so long.
Is that a thing?
I don't know if it's a thing or not.
You sure? Do you have?
Maybe it's on backwards.
Well, you don't have like a left and right contact, do you? They're all. No. Yeah, it's probably backwards. We're gonna be in that kind of mood. I hate when my contacts are all messed up. We've got Albany, Larry from Albany. Hello, everyone.
But regardless of having the one eye problem, I can read the questions from here.
Can you really?
Yeah.
I can't. I'm blind. So let's see. Yep, Kim says your contacts are in backwards, darling.
Probably.
Yeah,
One is.
probably. Yeah, but then doesn't that like scratch your eye up, and that's not good for it.
Well, I don't know. I had it in backwards, and I flipped it over, and then it still feels backwards. I think it's just a bad one.
I just don't think you need contacts.
You don't need them, but I can read the questions. It's so much nicer.
Okay, go ahead.
It brightens up my day.
What do you see, dear?
I see Michael says hi, guys. Kim says hello. Larry says hello from Albany.
Oh, wow, you can actually read it.
Travis says hi, guys. David, Richard, Nick.
All right, so let's see. You didn't race last night, right? It is I was gonna say it's moista. It's misting.
Wow.
It's misting out here.
Andrew's asking, Mike, have you ever run a Bicknell down tube car? If yes, what are thoughts on them? I've never run a Bicknell down tube car. The first Bicknell car I ever ran was a 2009, so well past when they had down tubes. They went to the mid rail so that they could flex more in the front. The down tube gets rid of the flex for winged sprint cars.
Ralph asks, do you generally have to change your gear ratio between running the heat and the feature?
Generally, yes, but weekly races, a lot of times we don't. Because the heat races, you just kind of gotta get from 8th to 5th to make the handicap. You don't have to have the perfect gear ratio. You just kind of leave the gears in from last week,
So Stevie Vega says, talk about how rear ends are set up. Well, ironically, today at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, if you go on Diversified Machine Racing's Facebook page, 4 o'clock, they do a live date Q&A. Yeah. But would you like to talk about how rear ends are set up?
How rear ends are set up?
Yeah. That's all I got for you.
Okay. Well, the first thing you got to do is install your torque arms, and you have a choice between your -3 torque arms and your 0 degree. And the 0 degrees are just less pinion angles, so there's less drag for crates and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put your bird cages on, you time them. You square the rear end front to back with your radius rod lengths in the front. You square it side to side with the panhard bar, and then it's in. You put the gears in, you put the oil in.
That's easy enough for me.
Put the shocks on. Okay.
Ray asked if there'll be any special guests for tomorrow's show. As of now, no. But we'll definitely let you know when we do that again.
They're expecting special guests on Fridays now.
I know. We're letting them down.
Should we do it?
Who are we gonna do?
I could come up with a number of people that would.
Could
do
you?
it. Sure.
All
It's
right.
not that hard.
We'll let you know. We'll think about it. We shall think about it. Kim asks, this might be a silly question, but in iRacing the other night on CBS, could anyone race, or was it just the real race car drivers?
So they did an invitation only thing, and I think there was only 20 drivers invited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I honestly don't know what the criteria was. I think they were just trying to get a wide variety of different people to draw people to watch. Is the big thing.
Let's see. Asking if we're going to be on Saturday. I don't believe so.
Well, you know what we will be doing Saturday?
What?
Well, after we do our 5 o'clock in the morning work in the shop deal with Rich, we're gonna, if it's nice outside, we'll roll the Teal car outside
Raffle?
and raffle it off. If it's not nice outside, we'll just do the raffle without that.
I think it's supposed to be like highs in the 50s, low 60s this weekend. So that'll be nice.
The raffle is almost full. Most of the people have paid, so we're ready to draw a winner. There are a few spots left. If you're interested, let me know on Facebook. We're gonna do the raffle live on Facebook Live on Saturday, probably in the afternoon.
Your personal Facebook or?
Yeah, my personal Facebook.
Okay. Cool.
If you do the racing Facebook page instead, I'll find you there too.
You can probably, as soon as you go live, you can share it over.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I'll just share it around.
Okay, Nick asks, when transporting to and from a race, do you have to go into a weigh station when they're open?
I do not, because we're not registered as a commercial vehicle.
Interesting question. Mike asks, can the same engine be used in both a modified and a sprint car?
Can the same what?
Engine.
In a modified and a sprint car?
Mm-hmm.
Not quite. Short blocks similar, but a sprint car runs mechanical fuel injection, and modified runs a carburetor, so you have to have a whole different intake and fuel setup.
You drive, but
oftentimes the sprint car rules will have a specific spec cylinder head, and the modifieds have a spec cylinder head, and they're not the same either. So you're basically going to have a whole different engine when it's all said and done. Now, on the other hand, for like the short track super series, a lot of the guys that have gone to these like 430s, 410s, ported out 360s, whatever. A lot of them are just a late model, the same exact engine that's in a late model, but with a steel block. Because late models run aluminum blocks, sprint cars run aluminum blocks, unless you're running the 360s, which run steel blocks. Everywhere you go, the rules are different.
That was okay.
Somebody 30 years ago couldn't get on the same page.
I don't think anything.
And nothing's changed.
Nothing. No, that's pretty accurate. Tonight's video goes up tonight at 7:45. I actually have a schedule today.
Which video? Is it a secret?
No, it's the tire changing one.
You're gonna watch Mandy change a tire. It's great.
You might hear me complain a couple times.
Cool.
It's usually what I do, but it's cool.
I love to hear you complain.
Do you?
It's awesome.
Apparently, I'm really good at it. I think I was trying to figure out the other day. Isn't that what you said I'm really good at? Either it's complaining or it was something else. What was that?
What did I say you're really good at?
Yeah.
You're determined at building your business.
No, it was.
I think a congratulations is in order. Mandy is like $100 away from reaching qualification to be a, what is it called? National Vice President in Arbonne. So today's the last day of the month, and she's reached her goal.
Well, I'm sure I have. I just haven't checked my numbers.
If we check the numbers after the show, I guarantee you she's reached the goal by then.
But we had to come on the show first, so priorities. We committed to you guys. So let's see. No, I'm telling you, it was something. It was goofy that you said. It wasn't like one of those. Mandy, you're good at
leaving the dishwashers or the dishes in the sink.
You know what? That's your job. That's
the
your job. I cook, you clean.
I don't mind cleaning, but I mean. They don't need to go in the sink. Just put them straight in the dishwasher. My mom's going to be laughing at this because when I was, younger, I'm sure I didn't do that.
No. Ray asks, when building a new engine, do you start with a stock block and heads and then machine them to spec?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So with our big blocks, I choose to run stock blocks and machine them. Some people use dart blocks, and they still have to machine them because they got to lighten the heck out of them. Cylinder heads, we don't use stock cylinder heads. They're either a specific like spec racing head, or they're just like an all-out racing head, and we still modify them from there because they have to be adjusted for valve size. Piston dome, like CCs for what kind of fuel you're running, and I mean just like the chambers and everything's got to be tweaked.
Kim and Bob are coming back to New York on Saturday.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes. But we are in New York, so come see us.
Where in New York?
Yeah.
Are you coming to the mountains?
New York. Just keep going east until you hit Vermont and then stop.
And then backtrack.
Yeah, just like maybe 5 miles. Jerry asks, is Jenny being purpose-built for like Eastern states or?
Boy, not exactly. It is purpose-built to be like a dirt legal big block, if that answers your question. I mean, all of those races have the same rules, so it could go to anything. But not for any particular race, no.
Okay. And thank you everyone for the congratulations. It's so sweet. Andrew asks, Mandy, what is Dad up to? Is he still digging up the property? That's a very good question. Actually, I'm not really sure what they're at. I don't know. Is there anything that they're up to? Well, I didn't. I didn't actually. Wow, I'm doing that again. I'm not sure if it was in the paper this week. Did we get the racing paper? Does George get the racing paper?
George gets the racing paper.
All right. Well, maybe I'll have to check online because they did.
By racing paper, she means Area Auto Racing News.
Yes.
And I believe we have an online subscription.
We do? Yeah. Let's check that out. I'm not sure if it was going to be this week's or next week's or when the season review paper comes out, but they did a big photo shoot with Dad, Billy, and Little Billy's race cars. That was really cool.
Yeah, it came out good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
nice to get the cars outside and look at them.
It's cool. I'm assuming which pictures they choose, but there's a picture of Billy's retro, like throwback paint schemed car that he just brought out this year, and he's got him and Dad and little guy, and then a picture next to it is the same car from the 90s, and it's Billy when he was little and my dad, so it's kind of cool to see the generations and the same car. But did you get a question?
Bill asks, Mike, when you talk about the mechanical injection on a sprint car, is it like Hillborn injection? And yes, it is. It's not necessarily that brand, but that's the type that they use.
Trevor wants to know if you can just put 57 and 99 on all the chips for the drawing and act like nothing happened.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. I lose all credibility. The whole goal of this is to show you. We put it live so that you can watch.
You put like so much time into it.
You can watch me lay the chips out. You can watch me put them in the bucket. You can watch them stir the bucket, and it's legit. So, good luck to everybody that played. Thank you for playing. It's definitely a big help to me and me.
And to me to get it out of the garage. Okay, so Nick asks, what are your thoughts about racing on the tracks without outside retaining walls like Lernerville?
I like it. I think that for certain people, I think not having the wall there, you just can risk getting that much closer to that top cushion when it moves up. And your biggest risk is, well, I go over the bank and I lose a couple of spots. It's not like you're going to smash the wall and destroy
good racing,
the equipment.
Yeah.
And you're just, I mean, as a fan, you're on edge. Like, is he going to make it through this corner this time? Is he going to go over the bank? Like every lap, you're just on the edge of your seat. Like, is he going to? Is that thing really going to hold? Because I learned. I mean, like Lernerville, you're like on the top edge there, really close to going over. And Outlaw Speedway is like that in Dundee.
Both tracks in Delaware.
Rolling Wheels was like that.
Both tracks in Delaware.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, the Delaware
They just have
tracks
the front stretch.
are like that.
Oh no, I guess US 13 does have the back stretch wall, but their turns are open.
Did you know that Weed Sport used to be like that, and they added the wall?
I had heard about that.
More recent.
But,
yeah.
Edward says, if no fans allowed equals no purse, are you still racing? No. I'm just going to say no. Why would you race if there's no purse?
Yeah, I can't see how you could afford it. I mean, you're going to put thought, like we've talked before, it costs your bare minimum cost to race each night is like $700-800. So if you're just going to throw that much money away for every race, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't see it happening. Now, to go on the other side of that, everyone's saying, well, how can you possibly race without fans? But if there's not that much racing going on, and it's the only sport entertainment that you can watch, because there's really nothing on TV right now, there's going to be a lot more people doing the pay-per-view and paying to watch on TV. So that goes up, and that can cover the cost of the purse to get us to race. So I think that it is possible to do it. I'm not skeptical at all of that.
It's great. John Doe said, if you're drawing, it's no doubt going to be a high number. Because of your drawing skills.
I think you're 100% right, John, except for the fact that a lot of times, like when it doesn't matter what number I draw, I'll draw a low number. Like, for example, when you're just drawing for which group we go out in time trials, I'll draw number 1. But if I'm drawing for position for where I'm going to start in a heat race, definitely going to draw 101 out of 99. Just every time.
Okay, this is
that number wasn't even supposed to be in there.
Yeah. Ray asks, do you pick fixed points around the track for lift points, and when do you start looking for them? Like certain points on the track when you lift? How do you find that?
Okay, so I think when you first go to a track, it's really helpful to pick a spot on the wall or any object that you can judge off of, where am I going to lift. But the thing is with dirt racing is that consistently changes throughout the night depending on the conditions you have. Like if it's really slick, you're going to be lifting a lot earlier. So you kind of get in more of a rhythm and just like lap after lap in a feature, you kind of get in a rhythm where you just know from judging without having to look at anything because you're focused on what's going on around you. You're looking at your marks and where you're going to line up to enter the turn. And you're looking more at the dirt than you are at the walls or any fixed object. But on the other side of things, like with road racing, a lot of times they had number boards for brake zones, and that's really helpful for a track that has 14 corners and you can't remember them all that easily. The number boards are huge.
So Mike asks, does anyone run painted cars or are they all wrapped? My dad's car is painted.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think anyone really someone's gonna point it out, but like that run the series. Oh, are you out of fizz?
Yep. Drank it all already. How do you have so much left?
Because I sip it. Like on the series or traveling series I don't think there's anyone that does painted do that.
Not that I know of.
I don't really know anyone up here that paints.
I think there's fewer guys that paint than there used to be. There used to be more painted cars.
It's real art. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What did I miss?
There used to be more painted helmets. Now they're getting to be a fortune to buy a painted helmet. I've never had a painted helmet because it's like, oh, they cost $1,500 or $2,000 to get a painted helmet.
I can
and
try.
It's like, well, that's
hand paint it, like put a hand.
That's a lot of tires.
Fingerprints, finger painting. I'll try that.
It sounds terrible.
I know it does.
It'd be the worst, ugliest helmet ever.
Rude.
I'm sorry.
Ray asks, "What fizz are you up to today?" I'm on fizz 2. Are you on fizz 2?
Yeah, because we do fizz and tea in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like a regular thing. And then we do a fizz at lunch. Usually we limit it to 2, but yesterday Mandy did a third one and she was dancing live on Facebook. So
might be doing that again.
That's what happens when you have 3 in a day.
Yeah, that's for sure. Let's see. Joe says, Mike, do you have plans to run a speedster this year? And if so, will it be your own?
Oh, goodness. Well, so I think Mandy's dad is running Bob Hummer's speedster, right? So I don't know if I'll get a chance to run that
Dad
anymore.
took Mike's ride.
I took that over. My speedster I haven't run in a couple of years because the last time I ran it, I got upside down and the cage is bent.
Yeah.
So, but my dad just bought a new frame and body for it. It's very pretty. It's blue and white. I have no idea. He has not told me what he's doing with it. So your guess is as good as mine.
We went to the house to clean up the house that we were living in prior. A few weeks ago, I walk in the shop and I'm like, why is there a speedster in here?
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know if he wants to drive it or if he wants me to drive it or if he just wants to put it together to sell it. I have no idea. So
yeah.
We'll see.
So Bruce said, so when the giveaway car is gone, so then you can start big block. Not really sure what that means, but when the giveaway car is gone, that means Mandy gets to put her car in the garage. That's what that means. Priorities. Oh, he says.
Guess we got another car to get rid of before I can go in the garage.
Yeah. Okay, so James asks, do you prefer a low pressure soft tire or a hard tire, which is better for traction? I can't, you gotta read that one. Sorry. Top, all at the top.
Do you prefer a low pressure soft tire?
I think it's preferred.
Or a hard tire, which is better for traction? Own your tracks you run, you own.
On the tracks you run?
Okay, on the tracks you run. Boy, we got to take our time.
You need to prove
with these
yourself.
Words here because
I
can't decipher it. So I'm gonna just go like wing it here. If you run a soft tire with low air pressure, I'm assuming, it's going to heat up really quickly and overheat and not be as good at the end of the race. Where if you ran a hard tire, it would be terrible at the beginning of the race. But as it builds it would build pressure and heat and get better at the end.
Thank you.
If that makes sense. I don't know.
Could you explain what would cause,
Which, again, that helps with the racing, which is why open tire rules make for good racing, because some guy will put a soft tire on. He'll be like gone at the beginning of the race. He'll be like, oh, nobody's catching him. And then all of a sudden he backs up at the end, and the guy with the hard tire on comes in at the end, and it makes the racing exciting. So I'm a fan of open tire rules. Some people are not, because it ends up being like everybody has to look at, well, what's he running for tires?
Now, do you think...
But I also am a fan of, instead of hiding the tires, which I would do myself, obviously, because I have to, but if everyone had like a color, like if the white wall, like the way they paint Hoosier or American Racer on the tire, if that was in orange,
so like everyone would know?
Everyone would know that you got a hard tire on, and it's in blue, and everyone knows you got a soft tire on, and it would just be cool for the fans to see, like, this guy's got a soft, he's got hards. Let's see who goes.
But from the crew and driver perspective, when cars start lining up to go out for the feature, crew are running over and checking tires.
Exactly,
so
it's not exactly safe, because they're all walking in the lineup chute, having to look at it, where you could just look from the grandstands and see who's got what at that point. Because you've already chosen. They're not changing the tire. They're just looking so that they have a documentation of, well, this guy ran this guy ran that, this guy won, this guy was terrible. This is what we should run next time. The conditions are like this, and you have to keep track. But why should we have to like go around with flashlights looking at each other's tires? I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to do it to be competitive, but why is it like that? I
think it's good for the competitive edge, but it's also frustrating, because I don't know. It's frustrating.
The guys at the scales get annoyed because we sit there and look at them as they go over the scales. Hey, get out of the scale house. Get out of
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see. John Doe asked, do you heat cycle tires once or twice before using them in the race?
Yes. I don't know if that was a question. Yes or no question? Because probably once. If you're saying once or twice, you only need once. But yes, they Hoosier modified tires need a heat cycle more than American Racers. American Racers, you can just bolt them on. They run.
Dylan wants to know, Mike, hey Mike, me and Bruce want to know what time the raffle is on Saturday.
Afternoon.
It's going to be after 12?
Yeah, because I work with Rich in the shop from like 5:30 in the morning until noon.
Okay, so early afternoon.
Let's go for like somewhere between
12:30 and what?
12:30 and 2:30.
Oh, geez, that's such a big window. Okay.
Is it really?
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep.
You can make a post.
Posting you guys. Keep you posted on Facebook on the exact time. That's a pretty good window.
It is. Okay, so I hate to rob you guys of a minute, but however, I have to jump on a call at 12:45, and it's 12:44.
Really?
Yeah.
You not only robbed them of 1 minute, but we started at 12:16.
I know.
You robbed them of two whole minutes.
Sorry, but it's big stuff going on right now. But we gave you our valued time. I hope you appreciate it. Tomorrow we can go an extra minute.
Two extra 2 minutes tomorrow.
We'll go an extra 2 minutes. Thank you. Okay, guys, seriously, so sorry, but gonna go run. Not really, just gonna run by the computer. Love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back again tomorrow.
Sounds
Same
good.
time. Appreciate all your questions, all your support. It's been great and it's been fun. Stay safe. Wash your hands. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
See ya.